Eid Mubarak!
Eid Mubarak!
Badi Eid Mubarak!
Badi Eid Mubarak!
Yes, Badi Eid, Bakra Eid. The same in Turkish
Kurban.
is Evet. Kurban Bayram, Kurbani wali
Yes.
Eid or Buyuk Bayram. No, you guys don't say Buyuk Bayram.
Not Büyük Bayram.
We
We
say
don't say.
Küçük Bayram, Buyuk Bayram. This is
No.
the Buyuk Bayram, which is a
Büyük
You-
Bayram!
Mubarak,
Mubarak.
olsun.
We're olsun.
Turkish, Pakistan, all mix.
Yes.
So guys, wish you a very, very, very lovely Eid. I hope आपकी सारी दुआएं हर अच्छे नेक कमाल जो हैं वो कबूल हों और फैमिली
All
के
the
साथ
duas should be kabul,
accepted, yes. And with your family, you see your loved ones. If you have any, like conflicts in the family, they get resolved because Eid is an opportunity to come together as a family, forgive and forget and celebrate.
No,
और जो लोग हज पे गए हैं उनको हज मुबारक.
if they did unjust something, don't forgive them and like be.
Wow, what a nice spirit for Eid. Do not listen to this guy in black. Listen to this woman in red. So
I'm joking.
again,
I'm joking, guys. Okay,
a lovely,
forgive them.
lovely Eid Mubarak. And I hope that on this festive occasion, you guys will be watching us because we are here to chit-chat with you, right?
Yes.
This is like a chit-chat session with two of
Yes.
your favorite people on internet.
Favorite people. We are favorite people right now.
Inshallah, I'm manifesting
Inshallah.
it.
Okay.
I'm manifesting it. So, Assalamu alaikum.
Merhaba.
Khushamedid.
Hoş geldiniz.
Welcome to our YouTube channel with Mia
Biwi
or TV.
TV.
Why
Or
the delay?
TV. I said TV.
Okay. So guys, welcome. Today we have the usual lineup that we have.
Don't say interesting
Yeah, I
lineup
knew-
because it's not interesting.
I knew you would have said this because at them it's like, why is it interesting when we are doing the same like dramas? But
Yeah.
sometimes the episodes are interesting. But like I said, usual. Are you satisfied now?
Yes.
Every nitty, itty, bitty, gritty thing you have to pick up on. So guys, usual lineup for our Saturday drama review in which we have the dramas of the week, half week kind of. We have Parwarish.
Parwarish.
Then we will move to
Dayan.
Ridiculous. Then we will move to
Raaja Rani.
Okay. Then we will move to
Humraaz.
extremely ridiculous. So we will go like this. So we will start with Parwarish, which is very realistic and not
Yeah.
ridiculous. The art in
Also underrated show, I will say.
yeah, I
Such
think
an
it should get
underrated
more
show.
views than it's getting.
Yeah.
So yeah, much further ado, let's move on to Parwarish. So yeah, I
Let's move
agree
on to
with you.
Parwarish. Yeah, such an underrated show,
Yes,
really.
definitely, because this show deserves more hype.
I don't know how people are watching right now Cher and Humraaz instead of Parwarish. You know, for
Yeah.
example, in Parwarish,
And Dayan also.
it was like maybe 11 million. There was a chart, I remember. Like,
Yes, I don't
so
know the current views, but
let's
Cher is
say-
doing very
I
good.
don't know, let's say 11 million, but like Cher was 20 something million. So
Uh-huh.
like actually Parwarish deserves more than
Yeah.
Cher.
I think sometimes, when you are this well-established actor like Feroze Khan, Danish Taimoor and all these actors,
Should
you
we say
just have-
overrated actors?
I
Jojo?
don't want to go into that debate. That is definitely a debate to have sometime.
Yeah.
But I want to say when you have an established fan base, so whatever you put out there, more than half the crowd comes just because they are your loyal fans and they will watch whatever you
Well, I
do.
don't understand one thing. For example, their acting is, I don't want to right now insult them, of course, but I'm not an actor myself, of course. But for example, in some people, I will say, let's not give name. For example, their expression is always the same. And their acting, I feel like there is something lacking and stuff. So how can people like that? For example, Bilal Abbas, I will give an example. Or even Samar Jafri. Or Eyna
Faisal
Asif.
Qureshi.
Faisal Qureshi. Those people, expressions and everything is very I
More
don't know.
artistic.
And
But-
believable.
But there's a difference. If we look at Hollywood, Bollywood, everywhere is the same. If you look at The Rock, Vin Diesel, or some other celebrities, or Jason Statham, they are not actors. They play themselves. The Rock is always himself. Very less projects we will see where he's an actor, or Vin Diesel is himself. But they have such big following, and and they have blockbuster movies because you just have fan following. You just have a hero.
And
You are a hero.
Those are also overrated.
No,
artists,
I agree.
but-
But those are not actors. Those are just this hero thingy.
Yeah.
Obsession. Stars. They are stars. But then you have actors, proper actors, like Denzel Washington, or you have...
Yes, now we are talking.
Yes, like Tom Hanks. Those are actors who know how to
Tom
act.
Cruise.
And they are not big stars like the other, Okay, we said much further ado, we move into Parwarish and we went into another direction. But now let's move to Parwarish.
No, this was actually related to Parwarish because I was saying it's very underrated show. We can continue from there. I mean.
Yes, so definitely this week's episode were again very intense. I think the intensity is just going notch up. Another notch it went.
Intense and like...
And I think even next week it will be another notch it will go.
Walid was disgusting, I will say.
Yes.
Walid, not Wali. Walid.
Yes, you have to put stress on the D. So yes, there were a few things, like I said, intensity. First, again, a lot going on. So much going on with Maya. When we move to her house now, I start having a headache because her dad... And I know you are much, don't think good about her mother, but her mother sometimes I feel pity for, but definitely her dad is so bad.
I don't like the mother.
And then when we move to, so Maya's dealing with all these things, all kinds of restrictions, all kind of your nikah will happen, and then Waleed comes and harasses her. So many things. And when we go to Wali's house, he literally gets stabbed by his father and he's in a dark mood, and so many things happening in that house as well. For example, in these episodes, we actually saw Anya having a breakdown yet again because she failed her midterms. So guys, I guess I said a lot of things in just talking about the big points of the plot, but this happened. But if we were to go into detail, the most revolting thing for me as a girl, I still call myself a girl. I mean, no harm in saying I'm a woman. I'm definitely a woman. I would like to say the thing that really disgusted me was, it gave me the ick, was Waleed's behavior with Maya. Just because he's her fiance. Okay, so the drama shows us, he asks, oh, where is Maya? She's in the kitchen. So the way he is walking to the kitchen, his whole walk is a very like a predator kind of walk. Like he knows what his intention is, and because he's trying to hide, like secretly go there, he goes there, he makes a bahana to get...
But honestly, such a stupid moment.
To get
no, for example, they were sometimes in the
kitchen.
Car also. He could have done this in the car also. Maybe
he did. Remember, he tried to hold her hand.
But no, but why are you doing in the house? I don't understand. I mean, I'm not saying he should do it somewhere else. Don't understand wrong. I'm just saying, like, why? I mean,
because Maya doesn't go out with him much. There. He makes bahane. I think for him, this is the place where he has more access to her. Okay, I'm not like whatever. So he goes into the kitchen and he basically holds her hand. Right? He holds her hand and he literally corners her into the fridge. And he is saying to her that, tell me something. Why don't you ask me questions? Ask me something. Ask me what I like, what I don't like. She says, okay, I will ask you, but I'm uncomfortable. Can you move? He's saying, no, first ask. He's like, okay, tell me what you like. He said, no, ask me first what I don't like. And she says, okay, what don't you like? I don't like no. So never say no to me. I don't want to hear no's.
इनकार तुम ना मुझे मना मत किया करो, मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता.
Oh, it gave me such... Imagine if he's a fiance right now and doing these things. Imagine when she's his wife, because these kind of guys already he's thinking. So just imagine when his wife, how he's gonna treat her. Such a big red flag. So what was your opinion about it?
It was definitely disgusting. I couldn't understand why would he do that also. But I don't know. I mean, really...
Why would you mean you couldn't understand why would he do that? He is that sort of a character.
No, in the house. And
you mean like he knew the mother is around, the sisters
and
around.
Also I feel like he should be understanding right now. Actually, she's not much into him.
I think sometimes these kind of guys like this because it gives them the kick of chase or whatever, and they want to, because she is this kind of, she is in her own way educated, not independent per se, but he knows she has a drive for it and she has expressed all her dreams to him. So he wants to own her. That makes them too much. Like, I have so many thoughts, but to say them, that makes it for him that much more thrilling. If she was a more submissive kind of girl, it wouldn't be challenging for him.
Maybe you might be
really
right, but
the psychology
it
of
was
such
like
guys.
so bad. I mean, I don't know really.
Hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that scene gave me an ick. And then the mother comes and she actually sees the full thing. She sees that he is kind of Waleed is imposing on Maya, and she yells like for Misha.
I feel like
Mishal, sorry, Misha.
Even that mother is alive, but I feel like she's very. I don't want to use the word right now, but there is no use in any use of her mother.
I think she's in a very tight
she
spot.
Might be even dead or alive right now. There is no difference. I feel like.
I think she is in a tight spot. It's hard to think, like we cannot, since we can't relate to her character much, and alhamdulillah for that. But I think she financially is not liberated. Maybe she's not that educated.
Still, I don't know.
She is trying, I think, but she is trying. I really think
she wasn't trying.
She went to the father and said
she wasn't trying. She just started trying.
Because I think she also thought, because we in the previous episodes, she's talking to the sister, Maya's sister, and she's saying, I actually think Waleed is a good guy. Waleed will be good for Maya.
Maya actually told them, this guy is like this.
Yes, but now she saw, and she says to her husband, I don't think Waleed is the kind of boy he seems to be.
She's so much scared of her husband.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that scene was definitely just too icky for me. I know I keep using this word, but I was just I can't think of another word. It just gave me the chills because as girls we know this, that when you do not like a guy and he tries to even put his finger on you, you just find it very disgusting, because your body, every atom in your body is just like repelling this thing. So even if he's like this, he does, which is very maybe harmless, you don't like, because you don't like this guy and he is coming to you with that kind of intention. You don't like these things. So that was for Maya's. One thing I will say over here, continuing from this scene, then after this scene, when Maya is having conversation with her sister, she is saying how Wali is such a nice guy, he's different, he is very soft, but Waleed is the opposite of Wali. I'm so confused about Waleed, I don't know, what do you think? I thought her reaction was a little less outrageous than it should have been. She should have been, Waleed is he tried to touch me before also.
I said this, remember, right?
Yes.
I thought
there was a lack of
yes, definitely.
Anger, lack of disgust.
There should have been more anger.
Right?
Yeah.
Even though Anna Asif is such a good actress, I don't think she would have any issue showing that. But I just think there was a lack of...
I feel like the script
is she was still talking about Waleed like she's confused about Waleed. But I think by now she should be like, I don't like Waleed at all. Yeah, that should have been her reaction.
True.
So guys, tell us, what do you think? And while I'm on that, share, subscribe and like our video.
Okay. She was screaming about Waleed. I mean, do you remember the last episode? Last week's episode. She was like, enough is enough. I cannot do this anymore. I will not do this, etc., etc. So she was doing all these things. But now, I mean, she was a little bit more calm, and she was talking about Wali, not Waleed. Wali. And I don't know. I mean, there was I also feel like there should have been more anger.
Some heightened emotion. So the mother is confused, her acting in the kitchen while she's cooking, and she's like, why is Maya saying that? Why is she saying Waleed is maybe he will be like father, Abba. So that acting I really liked of that actress, whose name we will mention here.
We mentioned before, I guess.
The actress's name? No, I don't think so.
So you were saying...
then I feel hot in these lights. Then we go to Wali, and Wali's side, Wali gets slapped by Jahangir for having the accident, and then we see so many conflicts. There's conflict between Wali and Jahangir, Wali and his brother Suleiman, right? And then so much is going on, and the whole thing between Jahangir. By the way, Jahangir seems to me like a baby man. What are they called? Like a grown-up baby. Because he is like complaining so much. I mean, okay, I know he's trying to take care of his family, but he comes off as such a complain, and trying to force everyone to do his bidding. But you cannot force human beings like your children into your dreams or your desires for them. So his behavior with Wali, okay, of course, Wali's mistake was at the accident. He was looking at his phone and everything. But it was genuinely a mistake. You don't just go slap your son for this reason. He's
Yeah.
not very irresponsible in these
He
things.
said also very harsh things also, like
Loser, not to
no,
his
not
face.
those, like
Huh.
with poison, give him poison.
Yeah. He
Like
said
some-
like, yeah. So
इसको कुछ खिलाओ पिलाओ जाओ जाओ वली
जहर दो इसको जहर खिलाओ
खबरदार चुप करो तुम
and also another irritating thing is the grandmother keeps taking side of Jahangir and she puts all the blame on Mahnoor or Suleiman. Like still
Yeah.
Jahangir is her golden boy and everyone else is lesser than Jahangir and that irritates me so much.
Yeah. True.
Your views?
No, true. I agree with you.
Okay. Again, shout out to Abul Hassan. Every time he comes, he's like just like he brings joy.
Joy or like non-serious something, I will say.
Which I like.
Sometimes, but there are serious moments. I feel like he's behaving a little childish, maybe. Like,
Because he is a child, maybe.
okay, I mean,
If it was suddenly like Dadaji coming like that, we would be like,
no, of course, Tataji will be.
yeah. And there's also conversation between Dadaji and Dadi. I think that was also very good about upbringing and how, you know, one loses their
Yeah.
idea of a good stand-up guy and what happens. I mean, a lot of conversations that are happening in Parwarish are so important, so necessary in today's world, because how to raise your children, how to give them good upbringing. And now we at our age, I think we are like, mashallah, 30 years old. I'm saying for us, mashallah, because we are at the age we are still so much like ask our parents for advice. So we are still like kind of kids, but also we want to have our own one day, inshallah. So we are also already thinking about how we will raise our own children, and we have our own childhood that we can, you know, how our parents sometimes went wrong into things, and today's world is so different. So I feel like this show is really pointing out these issues of to raise kids, and how in this culture where there is so much access to every kind of information, so
True.
these things are, you know, hard. Other than that, we see Anya's whole thing where she fails the
Yeah.
midterms and she has her own panic attack. Her father, by the way, Jahangir's conversation with Anya is very nice, where he's very nice to her and calms her
Yeah.
down. But with the wife again, Mahnoor, he is so rude to her. He says to shut up or something. He's right. He says like enough, like
Don't remember, but yeah, I mean, he was rude.
very rude. The
Yeah.
way he treats his wife like this is so
Yeah.
bad. Instead, Panna, look at Panna and Suleiman. They are doing much better. They have a much better relationship. So I really liked all these themes that they touched in Parvarish, and they're always talking about it. And I'm really excited to see what will happen next, because it's gonna get.
Yeah.
We saw there was a confrontation between Wali and Waleed,
Ah,
the two
yeah, the
W's,
next-
WW,
Next episode.
WWF between the two W's. It's gonna be
WWF?
WWE, sorry,
Ah.
wrestling.
WWF I was thinking like, what is
That's the World Wildlife Federation.
something like that, yeah.
I always mix those two. So guys, share your thoughts about Parvarish. Let's move on to...
Let's move on to Dayan. Dayan.
I want us to first of all appreciate one character from Dayan, and I
Which
want you to
character?
clap with me for him.
Okay.
I gave you a clue. I said for him.
Wait, for him. Which character we are appreciating? Wait.
I'm starting. Start.
Okay. I don't know which character.
We are clapping da-da-da-da for the pervert Amir.
Ah,
Why are we clapping?
why are we clapping?
Because when he for the first time sees the nanny Misha, he has the most appropriate reaction. He goes to the
Because
graveyard
of
to
that
make
you're
sure
saying.
there is a grave.
Okay.
So it means that Nihal is dead because he was the one who killed her.
Yeah,
So
true.
for him to believe that Nihal is back should be the most like shocking and the most unbelievable for him. It should take him
Yeah.
longer to believe she's back, because he was the one who killed her, and he goes and makes sure there is a grave. No one else in this house gave any sort of reaction that was like this shocking. Only like Zawarsha did a double take the first time. That's it. Shabab gave no reaction.
Yeah.
And Zaki or Fawzia, one of them gave a reaction like, we've seen this face somewhere. Do I know you? Like this kind of line. But Amir was the only one. He said,
What if she's not dead?
yes. So he was the only one who made some sense. So
Yeah.
I clap for you, Parvat
True.
Amir. Clap for Parvat Amir.
Okay, true. You're right actually about this. I was also, I agree with you. I was also thinking the same honestly. I don't know why everyone is like, you are looking similar, or who are you? Like, did I see you before? I mean, I don't understand. I feel like she is kind of sometimes as if she did some like Mission Impossible something character,
Yeah.
like
I wish that
Musk
was it. Yeah.
or something that no one can understand.
Yeah.
The other thing is also another clap goes to this time
Sarcastic.
sarcastically, definitely,
So
for
sarcastic clap is like this. This one.
her mother.
Yeah, the mother
Yeah.
even couldn't recognize
Yeah.
their own daughter. Tauba.
Mashallah.
And another question, Mr. Director, please, and Mehwish Hayat, the actor and director, I think it's both of them, made this decision, I'm guessing. Why, just because they want to show that she speaks differently, why she's like, hello, how can I help you?
Oh, yes. There's
Hello,
another.
how is your day?
Are you a Siri or Alexa or
A humanoid.
Cortana or Google Gemini or ChatGPT? What are
You
you?
took the name of all AIs. Like
No, what are you? Like, because how can I help you? I'm a chatbot. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
robot. I'm-
It's so devoid of any emotion. It's literally like an AI
Yeah.
voice. It's like in your GPS voice. It is like.
कोई हेल्प चाहिए आपको? कैसे मदद कर सकती हूँ आपकी?
Please turn left in 2 minutes or whatever it says, in 2 miles or whatever. So I'm just like, why is she speaking like this? What are those clothes? Ma'am, are you a receptionist? Sometimes I'm like, she's a receptionist. No. She's what did I say to you? Like her clothes were very appropriate for, I don't know, like some business manager type her clothes,
Yes.
or hotel manager, hotel
Yeah.
reception. They are more fancy,
Yeah.
a little dressed up. The clothes don't match her nanny profession at all. We know this. We talked about this. We talked about, again, same face and
Also,
stuff.
should we say one more thing? In these 2 episodes, literally nothing happened, right?
Nothing
Did
happened.
anything happen? Just tell me. What? I'm just trying to remember.
One
What
thing very
happened?
important happened. We, for now, this is confirmed. Confirmed news, breaking news, put the sticker, confirmed news, Awar Shah has exposed himself as the number one, what is the name?
Perverse.
The cheater. He's a cheater.
Okay. Yeah, true. True.
Because, okay, so we know that Nisha, okay, she's Nihal to us. Nishal.
Nishal.
I don't know what I did. Nihal is trying to seduce him or whatever. I don't know, like trying to. But before she even does that, she does that later. First, he comes to
Yes.
her and he says, "Oh, such beautiful eyes, right? You should always smile. Smile suits you." Or something. He compliments her or something. I'm like, in the late night, leaving your wife, you were in your study, you saw a lonely nanny, you walked to the nanny, sat beside her and compliment. Like, you cannot do that to a nanny who's at a professional capacity. These things are deemed to be inappropriate.
Unprofessional, yes.
तुम्हारी आंखें इतनी खूबसूरत है, मैं आंसू अच्छा नहीं लगता है। आंसू पूछो। जी सर।
As a boss complimenting, you can't do that in this kind of setting, right? It's not against the work ethic.
And some other thing came to my mind. I said because there was not much thing happened, but this is also a major something. Guess this character who was this.
The black magic uncle. I don't know what are they called.
He was doing something like this.
Erdem, by the way, it was so funny. I should have filmed Erdem. Erdem, my poor Turkish husband. His behavior when that scene came, he said, "What in the world is going on?" Also, by the way, there are voodoo dolls.
Yeah.
Instead of voodoo dolls, there was a candy doll, which I used to have as a child. So I'm like, what have they done to the poor candy? The reputation they have ruined of candy doll. It was literally, voodoo dolls are such different looking dolls. Anyways, so Erdem is like, what is going on? So I had to explain to him they've come for black magic, and
No, I understand actually.
Yeah.
Black magic. Some shows in maybe Turkish shows I don't see much, but I remember in some shows I remember this. But
but different. You
his
can't.
sounds and everything was so funny. His voice.
Theatrics.
And,
These people
yeah.
put theatrics.
And one
For
more
you to
major thing
make
is
you believe.
connected to this. We learned that evil sister, one of that, actually did black magic before
yeah.
also.
On
Just because
Shabab.
of Shabab, yes.
To not have
Now
kids.
we learned that this detail.
Her new thing is to give some these whatever things to Shabab to make her forget stuff, right?
Forget
Or
all
not
the-
say anything.
Forget all the past. Just focus on the child and Zavasha. That's all.
What kind of this
I don't
is?
know how it's gonna work. And you know that uncle with ho uncle, he was saying, do you want a kind of this will silence
Her forever.
her forever. So she was saying, no, I don't want that. Let's not silence her temporarily. So he was like, ho. Like so funny it was.
Yeah, what was going on? What is going on this show? So now Zavarsha and Nahal are flirting with each other. The sister Zakia sees them a few times. Fauzi and Zakia are doing magic on Shabab. Shabab is believing. Shabab, by the way, sleeping because Nahal is giving her pills to spend
Yeah.
time with her child or something, or to make herself useful. And yeah, what is going on this show? What is the plan?
Because
What
right
is
now
the
it's like
plan?
everything is mumbo jumbo, like jungle.
It's not even like, I feel like there is such lack of planning and it's so ridiculous. This show has just become so ridiculous. It is not even fantasy. It is ridiculous land there. Really.
Yeah.
I don't know what are they trying to achieve. I have nothing positive, honestly. I was like, is there anything positive to say about the show?
Positive. I mean, we just learned that this. Why can't they have a child? At least they gave a reason for that, like black magic.
Yeah, but I don't believe that.
Okay.
We have a reason before they gave us. She has some syndrome. Again, I forget the name, but we know.
Okay, with that black magic, I guess it's caused. I don't know. That uncle seems to be a very powerful uncle, like with ha,
Yeah.
like some things. I don't know. Positive.
Just one thing that
what can we say positive?
Neha's parents are now being threatened to leave the city,
Yeah.
to go from the city. So that's what
Because
happened.
she again went to the house.
Yes, she went, and
Yeah.
and how she didn't recognize her daughter. I mean, what kind of a sad excuse of a mother are you, honestly? Like,
I mean, even I'm so actually like surprised that even she didn't say, for example, you are looking so much like my daughter. At least say
Yeah.
maybe this line.
she once did call her Nehal when she was turned around. She said
Yeah.
Nehal or something, but when she turned to face
Yeah.
her, is it too much makeup? It's not. One thing I will say, just from makeup, it reminded me, the poor child, baby skins are very sensitive.
the lipstick.
So Nehal takes the baby, she goes, and the poor baby's face is all lipstick stain, and then they again cut to the baby, so they had cleaned
Yeah.
the lipstick. Lipsticks, it's chemical. The babies are so sensitive, their immune system is very low, so they can develop allergy or they can have a reaction. So guys, do not, especially you're a strange woman.
Not
We
guys, I mean with lipstick.
know, gals,
Okay.
gals, don't do that.
Girls.
Also, you're an actress,
Woman.
it's not your baby, so
Yeah.
it's a stranger lip kissing your baby, so the parents on the set should be making sure of that. So yes, too much makeup. Yeah, what in the world is going on? Even the baby was covered in makeup thanks to Nehal, and her face was so cakey. I will just say, as if she didn't come from a makeup parlor. She came from a bakery shop. In Lahore, there's a bakery shop called Cakes and Bakes.
Yeah.
She came from
That's a
there.
nice shop, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I guess that's
That's
it.
so-
We
I
are
don't
here
have
for
much
the
comments.
ridiculous ride. I don't know why, but since we already took this ride, so why not just go all the way through? So we
Yeah.
are going with you guys. So let's hang on to this. Hopefully this will end soon and we will all be relieved for it. Like, after a very bad roller coaster, you're like, Alhamdulillah, when it stops.
Yeah.
You're like kissing the ground. We will be doing this.
Like Katy Perry kissing the
Earth when she came back after 8 minutes of space travel. Yes, we will be like that. So let's move on
Let's move on to. I was gonna do this. We are not closing it. Yes. Let's move on to Raaja Rani.
Raaja Rani. एक था राजा, एक थी रानी. Today they both danced also, Xavier and
Yeah.
what's the name? Rani.
Rani and
They were
Xavier.
like-
Because Xavier was watching a very adult movie, right? Adult means like not.
When he said Harsh, it's something
No, no.
else.
Because
No.
we
He's an 8-year-old
Guys,
boy, for God's
yes,
sake.
yes.
What are you talking about?
Adult movie means, you know, like the people watch romantic movies like.
He was
adult-
watching an action
Yes,
romantic.
action romantic
Action romance.
Action
Yeah.
romance maybe.
With
Yeah.
Dhushum Dhushum, very Bollywood style movie he was watching.
Yeah.
And so he starts visualizing himself as the hero and the heroine as
Well, because
Rani.
also you said while we were watching, you said, for example, why isn't he watching Minions?
Yeah, why is he watching Minions? Why is he watching this? This is what is wrong with today's Parwarish. We are letting our children watch anything. The father should be controlling what Xavier is.
Well, this is not a bad something to watch, of course, but like,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
I'm kidding. But guys, Raaja Rani is one show where I literally have, like, this is one show I have no much criticism of. It's not, I'm like, wow. And this also,
Yeah.
sometimes with Faisal Qureshi's performance, true.
Performance is nice.
I am like, wow, like that. But other than that, the story is fine. Everything is fine. It's like it's kind of the show where from the first episode, it's going in the direction of what you
Stable.
expect. Yes.
Stable,
It's
yeah.
not going like this. It's not
Yeah.
going like that. It's just going like this.
Yeah.
It's like a plateau.
Just one thing I was
Plateau?
actually
Uh-huh.
like when I was shocked when I saw like the kidney story of the father.
Yeah, that was a little
I
shocking.
was.
But
like,
the way they
it was
treated it,
unexpected.
it became again. Maybe it was a bump, and then
Yes, a little bit like
Yeah.
bump and yeah.
when I drink coffee, you need to compensate by
Okay,
speaking.
okay. I was waiting for you.
Okay. In this episode, this episode actually, these episodes start with Xavier's grand birthday party.
Yeah. True.
By the way, I know they are rich people, but do they really need to invite like makeup artists to like ready their son?
Yeah, I didn't understand that thing
I
honestly,
was
but
like, why?
there is one more
That
thing.
is why, by the way, these makeup artists, I'm sorry, but you guys are putting too much foundation on Faisal Qureshi's face, foundation or whatever base you are putting, because his face is looking weird. It's not looking natural. It's looking too much this color. Because I know his like skin texture, whatever. We've seen him in other dramas, not like I've met him personally, so I'm like, I know. But I'm just saying, you can tell like when it's a very, again, I think he's gotten ready at Cakes and Bakes, not at a beauty parlor. I don't know. It just was too much for me. And then he goes into the party of full adults. Where are all his like kid friends? Did you see any kids at the party?
Actually, there were, I guess,
They
some
were.
kids.
Anyways, they are clowns. They
There
are
were
those
Do you
golden.
remember people were turning back?
That scene
There
I
were
was
some
going
kids.
to say.
There were kids. I
Achha,
guess.
so there is one scene where he's like, I will show you some magical thing.
Yeah.
And so the whole like party just,
Directed terms.
we will put here like, what is this?
It is like. It reminds me when I was in military, we were doing this in synchronized. For example, they were saying turn left, like
Yes,
everyone
everyone
is
does
turning
that.
left, right.
That seemed so unnatural. And then, so he shows his big thing, which was just shadow, hand shadows.
Yeah.
And hand shadow, like animals like butterfly, which I can do. Those were so, I was like, wow, something amazing. They were just very normal,
If they were
mediocre.
doing emoji rocky.
We saw one, it was so good. People are really talented with hand shadows. It was so mediocre. And Javed Sheikh is like,
Yeah.
my son, what a talented
What
bachcha."
about that? Let's come to the actual point. What about that horn sound that DJ played?
No, before the horn sound, they have also not hired these people, those golden painted people who
they
act
were
as-
jumping.
they were like,
they were like jumping.
no,
jumping.
not doing this. They were jumping.
They were jumping.
Yes, it was too much. Why? It's so unnatural acting. Why?
I don't
And
know
one
why they
uncle
were
who was singing. How was he singing? Please demonstrate. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
loud.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
It's like,
Happy birthday.
What in
happy
the
birthday,
world is going on?
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was so unnatural. And then we come. The main
Yes.
climax of the party was that
That horn.
the
But it was like
chachi,
it
the
was
evil
not like
chachi.
horn, like some alarm
It
or
was an
some...
alarm kind of sound. It triggers his memories from his
Yes,
accident.
also the thing I didn't understand, why the father didn't investigate this issue. For example, why did you play that? Or who gave this playlist to you? Why did you do this?
Yeah.
Etc. Nothing we saw. Just they went to the room and he was saying, what happened, Beta? Like, what happened to son?
Yeah. I think he was thinking it was some kind of new gen music.
I didn't understand that part, honestly.
Yeah.
This is my critics for this show.
No, definitely.
Episode.
It is a critique.
I didn't understand.
It is a critique, but... And then Junaid is being threatening
Yeah.
Rani left and right. I don't... Also, by the way, what is the justification of Rani not writing him out to Xavier's father? Why not tell him, like, this guy is a danger to your son. He is your nephew. And he is also trying to, like, he mistreats me as well. So you need to handle this guy. She is not saying anything. She is thinking, oh, I am poor, and no one is going to listen to me. Why would he trust me over his own nephew? But there is proof. She can give proof to him. Well, why is she not complaining about him?
Yeah.
And she's shown herself already. She's established herself in front of Xavier's dad as this very dignified, self-respect. She
Yeah.
has, like, I'm not greedy woman. So I think she can actually say, and he will believe her. So I don't understand that angle. I mean, for dramatic purposes, I understand. But when I try to find logic, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's a mistake we make. We try to think too much logic in these kind of dramas. For example, in Parwarish, you would expect...
Well, I like logic while I'm watching the show. I like the logic and realistic part. When the show loses its realistic
element,
what should I say? Realism.
Yeah.
Realism. When it loses its realism, when it loses its, like, believableness. I don't know these words. What words are I'm using? So when the show is like, when there is a show, let's say when a show is unbelievable and something, I couldn't talk. So I don't like to watch. For example, Dayan is like this, Humraaz is like this. Like, there are, like, realistic part is less. More like it's like a, you know, like you are just watching something out of, I don't know, like some, like, for fun maybe, okay, you can watch, but I don't know, just I cannot much, like...
Actually, we will talk about this
even
in
movies
Humraaz.
also the same.
Yeah.
While I'm like, we are watching the movies, it's the same, but with the shows also the same.
Yeah. But I feel like sometimes you have to give some dramatic leverage to the dramas, you know, because some dramatic license, because the drama means some weird coincidences happening. Okay, let's move on. In Raaja Rani, just one thing that Rani may have potentially found her Raja because on a Facebook, like...
Do you think that Raja will be, like,
I don't know.
real,
I can't say.
real Raja?
Right now, some things he knew about Rani, which he said correctly, so we don't know yet. He has no profile picture, so we don't know. I know at some time in the drama, he's gonna come. And since she took Xavier to the darbar and he prayed, so I feel like he will turn
But I
up.
feel like even if he comes, I feel like that the very less scenes maybe he will be there. I feel like there is something gonna be wrong. I feel like she will end up with Xavier, right?
Let's see. And also in these dramas, we established
like
that Xavier's wife, Sonia. Was a very, like... not a nice woman.
Evil character.
Not a nice woman. And yeah, the father has started to show interest in Rani as Xavier's maybe potential partner. Maybe he's still married, by the way, because you remember Sonia says you can't marry him to another woman without my permission. So let's see. We will see what happens in that.
Let's not forget the Rani's sister.
Yes, they are going to get her operated. She has anorexia. And they will treat her.
Explain a little maybe that term.
So I just searched for it, and basically it is a condition. You can have speech anorexia. There are different kinds in which you're some neurological issue. It can be, they say there are different degrees. So if you have like a lesser degree, it can be treated with speech therapy. But it was saying mostly with therapies and exercises, vocal exercises, that is treated, not with surgeries. So I don't know what kind of surgery they're going to perform, but they also said non-invasive surgery. There are other ways to treat it. I don't know. So I'm giving it whatever, but at least anorexia exists and at least it's treatable. So I give it that. So that's that. right, for Raaja Rani. By the way, just before we move on, I would just like to say Rani says to her sister when they reach Zavier's house that just follow me and don't speak.
You were saying.
ना करोगी ना मैं तुम्हें वापस भिजवा दूंगी चलो चुप करके
You are talking to your mute sister, don't speak. So bad, Rani. This is like a slap in the face.
Yeah, you are reminding her again, like you.
Imagine you have like your disabled, like on the wheelchair brother, and you're like, do not stand up, just keep sitting.
Or like, for example, someone just laying down, don't move. I don't know, like paralyze someone. For example, God forbid, like don't move.
Yes, you're like, don't.
Something like
this
that.
This is very ironic. So I just felt like laughing at that. So that's it. Let's move on to
Humraaz.
Guys, after seeing my husband look this ridiculous, you might have guessed which drama we are going to be reviewing now. And
Humraaz.
It is Humraaz. Actually, you should have put an airport in your...
Yes.
Yes, we missed that detail. No,
True.
close your buttons. This is too much. Even as wife, I don't want to see this. I'm like, no.
Oof.
This drama is bordering on ridiculousness anyways, we know this. But this Saim character, his style, you know, when he was sitting at the table and he has these many buttons open, you can see all the way. I'm like, just be shirtless. I mean, why are you even wearing a shirt?
I don't know.
Oh, if it's too much, I mean, I don't know why desi boys think that opening these many buttons makes them look like cool. It really doesn't.
Moise was also doing the same.
I'm not saying
right?
do like this. Like,
In Dastak,
yes, in
Moise
Dastak,
also.
one, two places he did too much, but then he closed. Sometimes his buttons are also. Guys, you don't look cool. Trust me. As a woman, let me tell you, it doesn't look cool. Please keep your buttons closed. I'm not saying do this. Open one, okay, open one, but these many buttons is what is this? And again, that earbud is everywhere, every time. So,
Humraaz, let's start.
What happened? More harassment.
What happened? First, let's start with the case. The court decided
dismissed.
that basically dismissed the case. They said there is no direct evidence. There is no even like weapon found. And there is no direct link with the Sara Ahmed. With the
murder of Feroze.
Yes, Feroze.
I don't know surname. Yeah,
surname I also don't know. So there is no direct link, and they were like happy. The family of
so she gets Ow, my elbow.
Sarah's family was like Sarah's family were relieved and they were like happy. But Saim's mother passed out, like they fainted, and then Saim and the SP, they were like still looking at like weird to
Saim
the girl.
said this is not over.
Yes, and there is what was he saying? There is higher court.
Yes, he said it so much.
लेकिन एक अदालत ऊपर है, वहां से वो कैसे छुटकारा पाएंगे?
So many times he said this.
Okay, first of all, if he keeps saying there's a higher court, then leave it to the higher court.
Yeah.
Why are then you
also,
being
he's not
the
leaving to the
why are you being the judge, jury, and executioner?
Yeah, right.
Neden means why in Turkish.
Why?
Neden? Kyun? Why?
Why?
Huh? I added huh. Why, guy? Why? Okay, so yes, that all happens. She's honorably like acquitted by the court. She is innocent. She is not a criminal at all, or a potential like criminal, a suspect or whatever. So they are like in the mood to celebrate, right? Mm-hmm. And what a coincidence that both of them end up in the same hospital.
Yeah.
And then
even same hospital, same floor, same room.
Yeah.
Like
and
so
very
many
close
things.
beds.
Yeah.
So and then Saim's character sees them celebrated and he said, your celebration time is over, your countdown begins.
Countdown. What was that? Now it's like 10, 9.
He goes away
8,
and counting.
7.
And he says 1 and nothing happens.
Yes, then 3, 2, 1.
And by the way, he's gone. He is gone, but we can still hear his sound. So he must have been yelling, no? But his sound...
3, 2, 1.
He went upstairs and he was like 3, 2, 1. Okay, now I can walk.
3, 2,
One.
Like,
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Ahmer gets angry at him. The father slaps him also.
that
Slaps
slap he
him.
deserved, but
He really deserves that slap. He deserves a slap from Sarah also. You know, the one who he is terrorizing. But I just, actually at the end of this episode, they say, let's file a police complaint against him. So I don't want to point that out because they kind of addressed that thing. But my thing was, why are you not giving a restraint order to this guy?
Yeah.
And the way he just strolls into their house, he again kind of strolled into the house, right?
Yes,
to talk
yes.
to their servant.
What was the name? Peru.
Yeah, I don't know how he's just strolling into the houses, and now he started a new campaign of smear campaign in the on the social media, where he said, "But don't worry, there's a higher court." But like
Justice for what was the wait? Justice for Faraz, hang Sarah, like
Yes.
they were saying.
yes, justice for Saraz. Yeah, but
Faraz.
I need speech therapy. So justice for Faraz and hang Sarah. I mean, Allah. And he was this time a little apologetic, but didn't fully apologize to his fiance, girlfriend, whatever she is. I don't know her status.
I mean,
Because he was like, I'm glad you came.
honestly,
But then he's like, oh, he was also like, as if you did a good thing by coming. But I don't know, his tone is very
no, he was saying,
ambiguous.
I'm glad that you came. I wasn't expecting you to come.
But he didn't sound very apologetic.
Yes. Also, he was saying,
It was like he was giving her a taunt
I
almost.
behaved badly. Actually, he accepted this. I guess he admitted. He said like I was like, but he didn't say yes. It was not much apologetic.
Yeah.
And
His character is not meant to be apologetic.
and she was still saying again, you didn't call me and you didn't do anything. And he was saying, after those things, I didn't expect you to come, and I wasn't expecting that you expect or something. I don't know.
Girl, run away from this guy.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't deserve you. Just run in the opposite direction, please. I don't understand such girls.
I will say one more thing. This is a general message for everyone, actually, especially for girls, also women. The thing is, some girls, women, end up with really criminal people. Like they have criminal mind. For example, sometimes girls like bad boys, right? Women. So they like, for example, in some cases, maybe right now we can talk a little bit about TikTok girl also, right? TikTok in Pakistan.
That was very unfortunate.
17 years old. So just the thing is,
Sana used
I wanted to say one thing. Just it's not related to this, of course, incident, this thing, the TikToker girl, but in a general way, sometimes girls, I feel like men with like maybe open buttons, with gun in their hand, with like tattoos, some other things, like with bad stuff, even maybe like smoking, like the people, like the guys smoking, or guys even taking some drugs, maybe those things are kind of, they are finding attractive, I guess, girls. Just I'm saying, girls, women, please, like, this is not a good thing. This is not a good sign of, and like, this is like, I feel like then after, so like, for example, 5 years, 10 years, they are ending up, God forbid, I mean, when they want to divorce, or
their life is ruined.
When they want to break up with that specific guy, then their whole life is getting affected. Sometimes those guys are killing these girls, women, just because of their breakup and divorce, and some other bad things also happening, like domestic violence. So just as a message, general message, I am saying this: they should be careful.
Yeah, I would just like to say, because you mentioned the TikToker girl.
So it took time a little.
TikToker girl wasn't. It doesn't apply to her.
Yes,
her thing was different. Like the police investigating officer, he very clearly said in a press conference that was a very rejection plot. She had rejected this criminal murderer who should be definitely severely punished with whatever law applies.
Apologize, sorry, I actually talked so much. Maybe Ray can wrap it up a little.
Okay. So I was just saying, so that TikToker, I just want to clarify, it wasn't related to she liking a bad guy or whatever. She had rejected this man and this male ego, which is so toxic that he literally murdered the poor girl. So we wish all condolences to the family, and really need to act more responsibly in the content department of dramas, movies, and whatever things we put out there. So guys, that was it for
With
Humraaz.
Humraaz, you can. Do you want to add anything else?
I mean,
A couple of seconds we can still
like
talk.
Ahmer's mother is very toxic.
Yeah.
I do not understand her behavior at all. There is no justification other than that Sarah is coming from the family of her ex-husband, right?
Yeah.
Ex-husband, or I don't know, separated. Other than that, there's no justification, even though she's her niece, but she's treating her as a criminal, even though the court has acquitted her. But now we see she not overhears that Saim wants to target her, and Saim has started this campaign against him, which doesn't seem like he wants justice. He just wants revenge, and that revenge is also distorted. And I will really say this whole confidence of Saim's character, he has this one-tone expression from the beginning, even when before his brother wasn't murdered. He had this like one-tone expression, and he still has that expression. There is no remorse, no misery, no nothing. He just shows this one expression. So I am just like kind of pissed off, and I'm really just looking forward. If we are going to keep reviewing this drama, I am looking forward that he apologizes. So if you're gonna continue watching Humraaz, I really want to see Saim's character have a breakdown and apologize for torturing this woman and her family so much.
Yeah.
Because he's so much in the wrong, so he has to beg on his knees and ask for their forgiveness. Yes, he had a loss himself, but these are not the people he should be harassing. And right now, since we know the truth, he just comes out looking like a fool.
Also,
Whenever he's trying, I think he is he is being shown to be, or he's thinking in his head, whatever, if they're trying to make the audience feel like, oh wow, what a hero, looking cool, in anger. No, looking like a fool. I'm sorry, but
I also will say something. This Pakistani police department is so much in this show failure. Incompetent failure. Why? Because they have a call log, as we understood right before. So she called another number so many times. So they can find actually that's they actually kind of found, they traced, but still they can
location.
Maybe look at other things. Yes, because when you use a phone, like the SIM card on your phone, you are connected to the nearest
cell tower.
Cell tower, yes, definitely. I was thinking what we say bus station. Like in cell tower, it means. So you are connected to the nearest. So it means you can make a triangularization. There is a technique. So you can kind of at least estimate it. So you can find from, for example, distance, from this village, someone called or something. Like you can still do those things. And I don't understand. There's just one call, and they are saying Sarah is this Sarah. Like what? I don't understand what.
Also, by the way, no press is coming on 3-4 people going for. Okay, 3-4 is an exaggeration, but what, 10 people at a pro protest or whatever, justice for Faraz, and the press is like, oh, what? I feel like, okay, she's a rich girl, so people do go sometimes. You know, they are in the story, but I still think since the court has not acquitted her, there shouldn't be much interest of the media also in this. Social media is different. Anyways. Okay, whatever they are trying, I don't think they are making us convinced in any sense or form. So I just don't like this story. From the premise is a failure, right? And it's not getting any better. That's the thing. And now we know Piru, like we mentioned this, Piru is involved in this thing. By the way, Piru's comedy, in the beginning it was fine. Now that's also irritating. Yeah. Because you are now siding with the bad guy. I mean, you know,
Also, how can you betray your owners? I understand. He asked for money. I understood.
He should have asked Ahmer also.
Yes, true. Like, I don't understand. You asked the owner, the mother.
You know, she's always Sadu. Ask the man.
Yes. So
guy.
Why are you betraying them? I don't understand. Is this easy? Like in Pakistan to betray. Like. You know, they should be loyal servants.
Yes, they are like this. It's not that easy.
Loyal,
it's just drama. Like you know, namak harami, we call it. Okay, guys, let's move on to our favorite segment of the... We keep saying our favorite segment. It's just our
favorite segment, that's all.
Word of the day. Today's word is Parwarish. As we know, it means upbringing.
Wait, you so quickly you went.
Today's word is Parwarish.
No, again. Revert.
Today...
No, from our favorite segment, word of the day.
Today's word...
No, wait. No. Wait. Okay, today's word is...
Parwarish.
Parwarish.
Which means upbringing. What is the Turkish translation?
Okay, we don't need to hurry. Like, the upbringing is...
Adam is saying all this for just editing purposes.
Yes.
Let me tell you, FYI.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Parverish is in Turkish. It means büyütme, yetiştirme. Büyütme, yetiştirme. Both of them I said. Some people are gonna say, what is he saying?
Yeah.
Büyütme means raising. Yetiştirme means again raising. Büyütme also it means enlarging something. So I was thinking to say büyütme, but maybe in this context yetiştirme can be better.
I told you.
Because yetiştirme also means, for example,
Upbringing.
you adopt even a cat or even a plant.
So looking after.
When
nurturing.
you are yetiştirme, it means there's nurturing.
So guys, that's all from us.
Yes.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak. Let's not forget again, everyone, we are wishing them a happy Eid.
Yes. Badi Eid Mubarak.
Badi Eid
Everyone have a
Mubarak.
joyous time. Take care of yourselves and your
Yes.
loved ones. From us, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
Thanks for watching. Like,
Share.
subscribe.
This is so girly.
No, it isn't.